Hello and welcome. Welcome to this episode of the Forward Thinkers Talk series. My name is Dr. Ivo Pezzuto. I'm the Professor of Economics and Management at the ISM Business School in Paris and the founder of Ivo Pezzuto Forward-Thinking Lab. In this episode, we generally, in this space, we invite prominent and emerging entrepreneurs, company leaders, and forward thinkers to let them share their thought-provoking ideas, expertise, and understanding of the bigger picture and the business scenario and emerging trends. Today, I'm very pleased to have here as our guest this episode Maurizio Zordan, the president of Zordan company, and forward thinker and brilliant entrepreneur. Maurizio, welcome to this episode.
Thank you, Ivo, for this opportunity. I'm happy to be here. So thank you, everybody, for your time. So I'm ready for this conversation with you. So what is the first?
Yes, thank you very much. Well, the first question I would like to ask you is this, Maurizio, can you tell us something in a few words, a nutshell? What is Zordan SRL SB, the benefit company, and how important is for your company and its future, the fact that it is a forward-thinking benefit company and certified B Corp. We know that your company, which is emerging a leading company in the luxury shop fitting, has an impressive impact on multiple targets, including sustainability, with very high scores. And besides being a top-rated B Corp company in the shop fitting market, it's really a very interesting and unusual organization for its culture, for its business model, for its strategy. So I would like to hear from your voice. What is your take about this? What do you think? What's so special about Zordan SRL that you would like to share with us, and about its forward-thinking approach?
So first of all, I would explain to the people that are connected that under our mission that is written nearby our brand, so shaping beauty sustainably since 1965. 1965 was the year when our father founded the company as a small company with woodwork, and when we came in the company, so when our father was nearby retirement, the transition that we applied to the company was a transition that opened the company to a bigger market with a bigger perspective, a higher perspective, but we try to maintain in the company the value that the generation before us put in the company. So, for example, woodwork is connected to the wood. Wood is a natural resource and a sustainable resource, and so for us is important to maintain this approach to the raw material, and so this is something that we received from the previous generation. And the other things that we try to put in the company and to maintain the company is the relation with the people. So in the environment where our father grew, all the people inside the company, the small company, was peer people, not a director and an employee. But the relation with the people was very important. What we had to the previous generation was the approach to the grow and the number, because my first job was in a big corporation, the biggest corporation of our valley, which name was Marzotto, is Marzotto, because the company is still working here. And this company learned to me the approach to the number. So I was grow as controller, and this is the approach that I bring to the company. So the budgeting, the industrial costs, and these things that help the company in sustaining the growth, because this is very important. So I would say that our story is the connection between the previous generation and what was the opportunity that the new generation was able to bring to the company. Also, my brother Alfredo, that I employed in 2006, bring the technical part to the company, because he is a mechanical engineer. So, the new generation bring new skills to the old one. And so this was the formula for growth, but we based our growth on solid value that the generation before gave us.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for this first intro. Yeah, in fact, Zordan is a company based, as Maurizio correctly mentioned, in Valdagno. This is a city in near Vicenza in Veneto, region of Italy, and their heritage is in a region, an area where woodwork and furnishing it has a long tradition of excellence, and basically it's deep roots in Veneto and long tradition of excellence in woodworking, carpentry workshop, and so on. And I understand the blend, the link between the heritage, the past, and the future, and the new capabilities you brought to the organization. Just for the record, your company is an important and emerging shop fitting player now in serving the global markets very successfully, if I remember correctly, with 90% or more international sales out of total sales, and serving flagship stores of luxury brands like Dior, Bulgari, Van Cleef & Arpels, Piaget, Nespresso, Jaeger, LeCoultre, and so many other famous international brands. The other question I wanted to ask you, Maurizio, is this. In your company, you said you added something more. I think it's really impressive, the things you guys did. In particular, the 3 P's of purpose. Purpose. We hear that today in many companies, but your company was really sort of pioneering this thing way before others. Purpose. The 3 P's of purpose, like people, planet, and prosperity, they seem to be very important in your organization, but not just as just a marketing message, more as a real content, a real mission, and a real source of competitive advantages. So you talk about sustainable beauty and people-oriented organization, customer-centered organization, like key responsibility to the planet, to the social impact, like a key purpose of your organization. Please tell us something more about this 3 P of purpose as a source of competitiveness, competitive advantage for your organization.
With the planet, when we after the crisis of 2008, we discovered that our business model, the world business model, was having a problem, and we discover the sustainability in terms of raw material as the first step to work on. And so we started with the certification for the forest, so FSC or PESC, that are the two main standard for taking care of the supplying of wood in the world. And so because when we approach the Chinese market 15, 16 years ago, we discovered that the bigger industry of furniture in China was not respecting this standard. And so we decided that our growth should incorporate this value. And so we decided to put this very clear. And so the first step was saying to our customer, to our supplier, to our people, okay, we can grow, we can do a lot of things, but we have to respect the main raw material that we use, so the wood. Instead of we don't have enough surface in the world for bringing our growth. So this was the first step, and only after the COVID, maybe we discovered that was these things that was important for us became important for the majority of the people in the world. So we were very happy about that. So, and the second things, the second P concern people. So, so the people, so our company in the time, mostly with our generation, became more a service company instead of a manufacturing company. And that you can serve clients with people. So people are an important asset for the company, and also the way that the people can generate relations at the company is very important for the satisfaction of the client and the result in terms of also result for the company. So in 2018, we decided that we were ready for moving to a new type of organization where the people were more able to work in a self way. And the other thing that we discover in the time is that most of the business is concentrated on choice that are made in the short term, and we say, but sometimes this is not easy to do, because you cannot do the right choice only thinking to the short term, and also so the profit, the word that we normally use for describe the business, so the profit seems something connected with the short terms, and for this reason we decide to use the word prosperity. And because we consider that the prosperity can bring your think to a longer term in terms of choices, and you can have also a larger panel of beneficiaries. Stakeholders. Instead of shareholder, you can have the stakeholder. And so, and this bring another idea that was to call that in Italy we use this word dipendenti that we have only in Italy, and the translation in English cannot be applied because dependent is something for the tax return, and so we use the word people instead of using dependent,
Okay.
the dipendenti, and so when we put together these three words, we discover, like in in our logo here, I would say, yes. In our logo, you can see the three circles of people, planet, and prosperity that create a triangle where is the place for taking the decision. So the decision that you have taken are considering the prosperity, so the long-term perspective, medium and long-term, to have the perspective of people and to have the perspective of planet too. So if you are able to taking the choice in this triangle, maybe you have a longer time for putting down the result of the choices, but this is more sustainable for the long life of the company, because we have also to consider our role as entrepreneur. So entrepreneur is someone that maximize the number in his life, or is the person that built a stronger future for the company. So this is the question that I ask to my colleague. So the company is something for getting money or something for creating value also for the next generation? This is the question.
Absolutely. And thank you very much. And that's very important. This is a circular approach in which people, planet, and prosperity, they are somehow connected to one another. They reinforce one another, of course. So that's definitely very, very, very important message to see the company as a platform for value creation for multiple stakeholders. Of course, that's very.
I will share with you, Ivo, but this is the Christmas tree that we have in our entrance here.
Okay.
I will share you.
That's nice.
In this Christmas tree, we have the name of the babies that are born this year in our company.
That's
so
very...
we have Costanza, Denise, Jacine, Camilla, Patience, Peace, and Carolina Maria. So in this company, we are talking about the winter of birth in Italy.
It's a community.
So if you think to the long term, maybe a company is also able to produce baby.
Okay.
And so we solve our problem.
That's really great. I'm glad that you are mentioning this contribution, this fact that all these kids are just being they are born in this period, and that I think that's really a great message of impact for the community and for the employees and the whole sense of community your organization is actually conveying very, very clearly. Maurizio, going back to this concept of the culture, you just made me give a great examples of how the company is paying so much attention, not just to the business, the profit, but no short-term, long-term sustainability and inclusion and diversity, equity, and so on, and of course the well-being of the community. So how do you create such a positive work culture environment, and most of all, how do you build this culture? I think I once we talked in the past, you were saying something very interesting on this matter, such as when you have trust, then things in the organization becomes much easier to manage, because trust is a great glue, is a great approach to build great things. So how do you create a positive work culture? How do you create this great impact in your organization that allow to create such a engaging and motivating environment for all employers, for all the stakeholders, the employees, and the others, suppliers and business partners, and the whole community?
Probably, if I say that trust is the most important ingredient in business, I think that I'm not saying something very new. So trust is very important also in the relation within people. And when we moved to the B Corp certification, we understood that we are creating more trust in our company, inside the company, and also with the stakeholder outside, the clients, community, and so on. And what we can do with trust, we trust we can simplify some procedure that you have inside the company, so to have this maniac control of the people, the time. So when we discover that opportunity, this opened our mind also to plan a different organization. So we say what the people need for for managing better our job, so the job of the client gave us. So we discovered that the people normally they are able to take also strong decisions in their life. So we say why they cannot to take this decision or simpler decision inside the company. And so we say, okay, they are able to take a decision. What they need information. So first of all, we need to open the information to the people. So to give them information about the supplier, the clients, the competitor, all the information that normally in the past stayed close inside, the bottom room, so the decision room. And so we say, okay, they have the information, and we give them the possibility to take the decision. So we don't underline the mistake, because when you take a decision, you take a risk, and so it is you can fail. And so we have to move to consider the fail like an opportunity to grow, understand, and this gave us the opportunity to redesign our company. So we create small companies inside the company that we call team, that have all the skills that are necessary for managing a job. And these teams meet the board of directors every 3 months, and they describe how they work, what they were able to do, the result in terms of prosperity, people, and planet. And so the board of directors and also the management of the company is in the possibility to design to have more time for design the strategy of the company. So the operative life of the company is in the hand of the teams, and the teams are supported by a strong economy control system with a strong ERP. We moved to SAP this year, and so the board of directors can be concentrated on the strategic choice and to work on the culture of the company.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yes. So it looks like there's a lot of empowerment granted to all employees, distributed leadership, and and of course the support of the data with the SAP system for measuring.
And the next step on this, excuse me if I
No,
interrupt
it's okay.
you,
It's okay.
Is that we are maybe building new entrepreneur. So, for example, one of our colleague resigned from the company one month ago, and he is creating his own company that will be one of our supplier.
Oh.
So we are also, creating entrepreneurship also because, this way to increase the entrepreneurial skills can create also, people that would like to take the risk and to start as a partner of the company, and then to have their own growth.
Okay, so this culture, this mindset of self-management, leadership, and empowerment, it's actually becoming a sort of a lab for training new entrepreneurs, creating and developing new entrepreneurs. So you create an ecosystem that enables and favors entrepreneurship. So on this matter, I know that you were significantly influenced by Frederic Laloux's book and theory on evolutionary tier organizations. So the idea that the organization based on self-management, wholeness, leadership, evolutionary purpose, and in particular the book on reinventing organizations, how to create organizations inspired by the next stage of human awareness by Frederic Laloux. So that teal organization model was a sort of turning point for your organization, in the sense that you created these small semi-autonomous teams that were more fluid in their interaction, speedier, and more agility, more trust, and self-directed teams, and all the things we said about leadership, autonomy, and purpose, and wholeness. Now, one of the things that, and you said that very clearly, one of the things that I was always very impressed talking with you is that the fact you said that this model is not just a lean, agile model that makes it easier and faster to innovate, to work, to reduce bureaucracy and hierarchy, and especially more people-centered and customer-centered model. You're working with many big, prestigious global customers. You have this small teams dedicated to them in this incredible model with the micro enterprises, small micro enterprise. But most of all, one of the things that impressed me the most, I would like you to discuss a little bit about this, is how this new organizational model, this teal organization, this leaner organizational model, is small teams is actually helping to respond more effectively to rising complexity and rising uncertainty. Now, we live in a highly uncertain and complex world, and of course, it's difficult for people to take decisions in real time. How is this, this model, this approach, helping you in being more resilient to complexity and uncertainties?
But first of all, our economics, when we created the budget, so now we are in the season of the budgeting. When we complete the budget process, we verify our break-even point, and normally our break-even point is positioned at 50% of the expected turnover. So first of all, we need to have this, safety margin, and also the team, they are aware about their safety margin. So the information is very clear for them, And we have some help with the function of planning that contribute to balance the workload of every team, and also the workload of the supplier. So with this tool, it's quite easy to afford also big change in terms of volume during the year, to bring maybe some mission impossible that come sometime to us, and also to sustain maybe changement in the people within the company. We have a very low turnover in the company. But I would say that this kind of organization is, solving one of the main problems that the company has. So is the collaboration between different generation of people inside the company. So we were able to create, group of under 30 or over 50 inside the company, and to create the collaboration between people that speaks and have a different culture inside the company, and focusing on what is the target. So this organization give us this also sense of attraction to the new generation, to our company. So normally we received about the average is about two CV every day.
Okay.
So, we are 100 people, almost 100 people here in Italy. And so we receive every Labor Day. The Labor Day in Italy are 230. So every day we received two CV. So we received more than 400 CV a year.
Okay.
And we are in a land here in Vicenza where the unemployment rate is 4%, so it's very, very low. And so we don't have a problem for attracting people. And this is the main risk that the company in our land will afford in the future.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the people, you can make all your plan on the paper, but you are not able to execute. So and this is so our main market tool for when we have the interview with the candidate is our organization. Yeah. So when we put the organization on the table, they say, I like to work there because I know where I am. I know all my colleague, and it's very easy to be on board and to work with the rest of the company. So
yeah, so it's a real an area. It's a business that's has a lot of strengths from this point of view, in the sense that there is this intergenerational engagement, and there is this openness and collaboration that makes it very, very, very exciting for people of every age to interact and to express their talents, their potential. So I think yeah, that's a very, very good point. It's a people-oriented organization with a great attention to other aspects. And do you see, Maurizio, this shared value, company culture, this focus, orientation on the 3 P's of purpose, still, holding on and remaining? Will you be able to retain this agility, sense of purpose, and unique people-oriented culture as you continue scaling up the business? As the business will double or triple in size internationally, do you see that as a core value, a core identity that will remain as strong as it is now, or will be more challenging to maintain this mindset, this culture, as the company will eventually grow much bigger in the future?
I think that you pronunciate the very important people for the future, the very important word for the future. So that is culture. I think that we are, so this kind of organization, this kind of approach, this kind of attention to the people, creating us the consciousness that culture will be the next step to work on. So creating a strong culture of the company will be the insurance for afford the complexity to be distinguished in the market and to attract the people that have our same approach to the value. So that I would say that we already solve the organization matter. We have the possibility to scale this organization here and in US too. But the next step is to work on the culture of the company. So probably we will move our marketing function to work on that in the next year, because we discover, for example, a very interesting example of a company in Italy, which name is Loccioni, that is based in Ancona, that gave us this idea that to have a strong, also I would say, Italian culture of the company will give us the next advantage. And there are a lot of things that you can copy. So if you want to copy our organization chart, is very easy. But something that is difficult to copy is the culture. The culture is something that you need a lot of time to develop. And so the culture will be the next advantage that we want to get.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yes, the fact that culture it's a real glue, and it's a real source of competitive advantage, difficult to imitate, seems to be one of the elements that's one of the driving forces of your company's excellence. And by the way, your company is in the last few years has done an important acquisition in the U.S. market. You were mentioning the U.S. before, acquiring Woodways, which is a company specializing in the same sector, and so I wanted to know, how is this acquisition affecting your internationalization strategy and your presence in a very important strategic market for your company, which is the North American market. We know how difficult sometimes it is to integrate companies' cultures and business across international markets, and how difficult it is to transfer competitive advantages when you do business abroad. But I think you've also, or to create local competitive advantages. But I think that this acquisition is strengthening even more your internationalization, which, of course, as we mentioned before, 90% plus of your sales are in the foreign markets. So that's already very important. What is the contribution that this acquisition did bring to Zordan, and how is this affecting your internationalization strategy?
Well, we decided to have an operative base in the United States when our sales in North America became consistent. So when we saw that our sales in North America, the average was about 30-40% a year. So we decided to have an operative base there. So we selected where to be. We selected company that was a custom company working in the furniture market, a small company. And so we started to transfer knowledge, organize this company that work only on the local market. And after, almost 8 years from no 5 years from the complete control of the company, and we had also the 2 years of COVID inside these 5 years. So it's about 3 years, full years that we are working on that. So we were able to create this sister company there, and this is very appreciated from our client, because in our business we are the only company that have an operative base in Europe and one other in North America. So this is a great advantage. Is a great and very very strong effort to integrate the culture, because the culture of American workers is different from our, and also the environment that we have there is very different from Italy. But with the help of our people and our manager, at the end we were able to run this company, and this is a really great advantage, because we can speak the same language of the subsidiary of our client that are based in US. We can use the same money, because they use dollar as currency. We can have the same time zone of our client. We have the same regulation, technical regulation, and in this way we were able to reduce the emission of carbon, and so it's a great advantage for us. So if you ask me where the company could grow more faster in the next year, I should answer you in our sister company in US, because the market there is very very important, and with this organization is also useful for that in US. So is quite I would say quite an international way for organize the company. Is not connected to the Italian culture. Our organization could be also used in US.
Yeah, the fact that you are based there with your own company evidently allows for many benefits logistically. The fact that you are already there, you don't have to transport a lot of stuff, but also the fact that you, as you said correctly, you are learning and gaining more of the local culture mindset. So you're closer to the more proximity to the customers. So that of course helps understanding the market much better. And I think you said once that you have 5 regional office in the different parts of US, so you can actually better serve your clients with sales organization, Northeast, Northwest, South Central, something like that. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, and one more thing, Maurizio, if I can. I know that you, as you said, your organization is very, very much committed to the sustainability, to the environmental, social impact, and to the all the climate neutral targets for the EU, and of course all the other the SDG, Sustainability Development Goals of the United Nations, and decarbonization. You've been one of the big advocates and committed organizations on these matters since the early days. And I was wondering, when you think about your latest impact report, what are the achievements you are most proud of? I know you do many things in terms of sustainability, and if I remember correctly, you have been granted during the recertification of the B Corp ratings. You've been granted during the certification 2020 an impressive score of 106.5, which is really very high. I don't know if you had other recertification more recently, but I was wondering, I remember that you're doing impressive stuff, you know, on this side. It's really part of your strategic commitment, and in particular, just for the record, your firm has a business model very much focused on CO2 reduction, on widespread use of renewable energies, environmentally friendly certified materials, water conservation practices, water efficient manufacturing practices, and on sustainable forestry and regenerative practices with great attention to biodiversity protection and circular economy. And just as the latest, one of the last but not least important data is that your company has almost 95% of waste, which is firm's waste, which is recycled. Now, given these impressive things, and recently I remember your new headquarters in Valdagno, Vicenza, Italy, has also obtained leadership in energy and environmental design gold certification, the LEED gold certification, that, as we all know, is a framework that ensures that your premises, your building complies with the highest standards in terms of health, efficiency, and carbon control, and the cost savings green buildings. Now, given this situation, what are the achievements on your latest impact that gets you most excited, most proud of?
So, you can find our impact report in the chapter of sustainability, or what we call sustainability, in our website. We are now in the process for obtaining the recertification B Corp. In the next weeks, we will have the new evaluation. Probably we will increase 106. We are very, very close to the maximum in the governance, also in the client's part of B Corp. We need to work on the community, and we need to work also on the people. What I'm very proud of is that we were able to connect our approach to the sustainability with the low carbon footprint approach to the business of our client. So what I'm very proud about our team, in particular my brother Alfredo, was able to transform our value in terms of approach to the respect of the planet in a service that we offer to our client. So this was the main goal that we were able to achieve, and so now our business model is more sustainable also in terms of economics, because now we founded a stronger relationship with our client. So instead, we moved from producer to service supplier, and now we are becoming consultant of the client. So, and using our approach to the sustainability, for me, is the maximum that I can consider as a result. So for me, I'm very happy of that. And the next step will be share with our workers, with our people, part 10% of the share, and to have them in the board of their representative in the board of director. This will be the next step. So engage the people not only in the result, in the in the day-by-day activity, but also on the strategy. So this will be the next step that I'm personally working on.
Yeah, and yeah, thank you. That's really very interesting, indeed, very interesting. And yeah, and as you were mentioning, the CFP, the carbon footprint of product, ones that you have developed for measuring the impact of the carbon reduction on these prototypes, whatever projects you are developing for your clients. But in particular, I know that you are also looking very carefully this this part, the part of the sustainability targets, climate neutrality targets, and I imagine more recently even the latest corporate sustainability reporting directives in Europe, the SSRD, and all the impact that has on stakeholders, on the assessment of the impact in terms of the materiality, double materiality matrix, and also scope 1, scope 2, scope 3. And in particular, I remember talking with you, and you were saying to me, I'm not taking the plane because it does impact scope 3. So you're taking the car or the train to avoid penalizing scope 3, which is the indirect emissions. So you actually very, very personally, and the whole organization very much committed to measuring and improving the impact. And I think everything in your organization proves that thing. So you are very dynamic in this, dynamically working on this. I'm glad that you expect a even better score, which is already very high, and even higher for your next, for your next assessment, for your next the recertification of the B Corp certification accreditation.
And Ivo, now I have to go because I have
no problem. I'll let you go. So thank you very much, Maurizio, for your time. Very insightful talking with you. It's always very brilliant to have a forward thinker sharing his idea. Thank you very much, and talk to you soon. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.
Hello, everybody. Bye.
Bye.